Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Quantum, whose current price stands at the $176.8 mark, and here on TradingView the market is up by 1.32%. And in this video I want to give you the key scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot waves and the Fibonacci's, and also the key areas of support and resistances, and also draw out any key chart pattern that you have information on this chart. And I'll kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening on this chart. Quantum from the all-time high has been seeing lower prices in this massive ABC corrective movement, which has now taken us back to around the $41.2 mark, and after making that low we have been seeing a very nice bounce to the upper side in a movement that has been obeying the Elliot wave structures. And if I jump to the 4-hour chart so that we can see that movement to the upper side and also draw out the Elliot wave structures, then saw a bit of a retracement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 2, then we have continued pushing higher in the formation of a wave 3, then I'm expecting the formation of a wave 4 and then a wave 5 to complete a higher Elliot wave count 1, and getting a little bit into the details of the formation of this fractal wave so that it can also give us the key scenarios that we expect to play out. After making our high for the formation of that wave 1 to the upper side, we saw a very nice retracement over here in the formation of a wave 2, and using the Fibonacci's we can get a minimum target area to the lower side in the formation of a wave 2, connecting the fibs from the low of the wave 1 to the high of that wave 1, and that gives me a minimum retracement area in the formation of a wave 2 between the fib level 0.382 and the fib level 0.618, and I can mark that target area here on the charts like that. And you can see that Quantum has continued to respected that movement by coming down into that target area, making our low for that second wave at around the $87.8 mark, then saw a very nice bounce to the upper side in the formation of a wave 3. And using a trend based Fibonacci we can also sketch out a target area to the upper side in the formation of that wave 3 to also get to see whether this is the high for that wave 3 over here. And I just need to use the trend based Fibonacci, connecting it from the low of the wave 1 to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the wave 2, and that gives me a minimum target area in the formation of a third wave at the fib level 1.618, and that is at around the $239.4 mark. And you can see the wave 3 high that we have over here made its high at around the $227.4 mark, meaning it was just a few pips away from the target area that we have drawn out using the trend based Fibonacci. And there's a possibility that this is the high that we have for that wave 3, and there are very high chances that this is the high for that wave 3, and we are not going to push any higher in the formation of that wave 3 to fully maximize the target area that I have drawn out, basing it on the trend based Fibonacci. And assuming that that is the high, whatever I expect next is the formation of a wave 4, and I believe that is what we are seeing over here on the 4-hour chart. And this movement that we are seeing over here in this retracement, this is what is forming a wave 4, and using the Fibonacci's, connecting them from the low of that wave 3 to the high of that wave 3, that gives me a minimum retracement area to the lower side in the formation of a wave 4 between the fib level 0.382 and the fib level 0.618, and I can mark that target area here on the charts. And you can see that my target area in the formation of a wave 4 lies between the $176.2 mark and the $142.1 mark, and that means there is a possibility the low is not yet in, and there are high chances we are going to continue seeing a bit of lower prices here on the Quantum chart to get us into this target area, fully maximize it, then continue pushing higher in the formation of a 5th wave to complete that higher Elliot wave count 1, and getting a little bit into the formation of a 4th wave, which is a corrective wave. We also expect to see corrective movements over here, and by corrective movements I mean an ABC corrective movement, having this as the wave A. Then we have continued pushing higher, making a high at around the $195.2 mark in the formation of a wave B. Then I'm expecting lower prices in the formation of a wave C to fully maximize this target area that I have drawn out over here, and that could take us back to around the $142.2 mark. And once that happens, then we can continue pushing higher in the formation of a 5th wave, And since we have the highs for that wave 1 and also the high for the wave 3, we can also sketch out a target area to the upper side in the formation of a fifth wave using the trend based Fibonacci, connecting it from the low of that wave 1 to the high of the wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the high of the wave 3, and that gives me a minimum target area to the upper side at the fib level 0.618, and that is at around the $285.5 mark. So there's a possibility once we see the low for that wave 4, we are going to continue pushing higher back to around the $285 mark in the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 1. And within the formation of these wave 4 over here, we are also seeing a structure, and if I jump to the 1 hour chart so that we can see that structure better, we have an Elliot wave structure that is in formation, and that is an Elliot wave triangle, that is an ABCDE triangle. And if I draw it out, we have these as the wave A, then a wave B, then a wave C, then a wave D. Then I'm expecting a breakout out of this Elliot wave triangle to the lower side, and that I expect it to take me fully into the target area that I have drawn out over here in the formation of a wave C, by taking us back to around the $142.1 mark, and that is the breakout out of this Elliot wave triangle that I have over here. And you can see it has been nicely formed, having this as the first low, then made a bit of a high, then made a new low that is above the low that you have for that wave A, then a wave D, then I'm expecting a breakout in the wave E over here. And we can also have a trend line over here, having this as the lower side of that Elliot wave triangle. So we are expecting a breakout very soon, so let's be patient and see how that plays out. We also need to have an invalidation point here on the quantum chart in the formation of this Elliot wave structure that I have right here. And going back to the 4 hour chart, the only time we can invalidate that movement to the upper side in the formation of this Elliot wave structure is in case this wave 4 over here retraces into the high of that first wave, and the high for the first wave is at around the $133.9 mark. So in case we retrace into $133.3 mark, then my Elliot wave structure will be invalidated, and I'll have to view this movement to the upper side as something else. And also taking a look at the indicators to see what movements will be supported here on the RSI. On the 4 hour RSI, we are trading at around the 49 mark, meaning we have massive room for us to support any movement to the lower side in the formation of that wave C, and also a breakout out of that Elliot wave triangle that I have shown you. And also taking a look at the MACD, on the MACD we have printed a bearish cross, and that means lower prices are coming our way. So let's be prepared and have those target areas in mind, and also that invalidation point for that Elliot wave structure that I have drawn out on the charts, and I'll keep you updated on any movements that plays out.